Previously in X-Men. Now that Master Mold and Nimrod merged and were pulled into the Siege Perilous, the team must mourn the loss of Rogue from that same Manhattan battle. Enemies have been plotting from the shadows, particularly those nasty Reavers that escaped through Gateway's portal in Australia before the X-Men could subdue them and send them through the aforementioned Siege Perilous. I'm Jason Lapidus.
And I'm Chris Hannigan.
And we are Group of 7 Comics. Welcome to episode 189 of our ongoing read-through of the X-Men comics that became classic as we read Uncanny X-Men 248 by Chris Claremont, newcomer to the series, Jim Lee, and Dan Green. Cover date of September 1989. Blue Jays are going to the World Series. Chris, how are you?
Doing great. Because the Blue Jays are going to the World Series.
The Blue Jays are going to the World Series. Pretty exciting stuff.
Pretty exciting for us. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And yeah, Jim Lee's first official, foray into the Uncanny X-Men. We know that we talked about this a little while ago, but yeah, this is a big deal for a lot of people, and big deal for me too.
By the way, if you go back to your summary there, the first sentence is absolute nonsense. Yes, and I mean that not that in the way that you phrased it, but all the terms. Master Mold, Nimrod, Siege Perilous.
Yeah, that is one of the fun things about these kinds of comics is when you're trying to tell the audience what they need to know going into this issue.
Yeah. They
need to know some bonkers things because, I was listening to a good interview, a really interesting interview with Frank Miller.
Okay.
He's recently, I think there's a biography of him that's either coming out or about to come out. And he's kind of doing a circuit of interviews and whatnot. And so something popped up in my feed. I was listening to the podcast version of it. And he's talking about figuring out how to write Marvel, like when it clicked for him. And it's when he's early on, he's writing Daredevil. So it's the first thing he's writing in mainstream comics. And he says, I'm not writing in superhero stories. I'm not writing single issues. You're writing an ongoing soap opera. And that just kind of means that there's these things that, wouldn't happen in the real world. Like the framework you're using to understand the way that these characters live their lives is not based in reality. It is a continuity. And there are people that are invested in what happened in X-Men 94 that are still reading it in Uncanny X-Men 248. And you're beholden to all those editorial and creative decisions over those, those previous 15 years. And it changes the mindset. And like when you think about X-Men and as, they turn over cast members, they turn over, it's almost like a never ending stage production. And you eventually actors age out. they lose pieces of their traveling theater as they go, and they have to replace with all new parts eventually, and it really does kind of change over. Or you could even look at what's that amazing historical reference when it has to do with a Greek soldier's ship, the ship of Theseus. Is that what it's called?
Yes, you're talking about is the ship of Theseus the ship of Theseus if it's in a museum and it's like a thought experiment?
Yes. Do you know that thought experiment?
Yes, because in WandaVision, Vision used it against Vision.
Yes. Can you paraphrase it, you think?
Sure, I can. Sure. The ship of Theseus is in a museum, but it's made of wood. The wood is rotted, and each time a rotted plank is removed, it's replaced. Eventually, all the planks are replaced. Is it still the ship of Theseus?
So is X-Men still X-Men, is what I'm saying. Right. As we move through, we change writers, we change artists. Is X-Men still X-Men?
I'm going to also say that the way Paul Bettany says it is better than the way that I say it. And that Vision versus Vision conversation is the highlight of that series. Anyway,
it's a great thought experiment, and it really is. To me, it's contextual to what we're discussing as we change, artists and storytellers over and over and change characters. A person who's a fan of, let's say, Neil Adams' short run on X-Men, in the late 1960s, is this still the same story? Or because it that's one of the funny things with many art forms, including serialized monthly comics, is like it's ever of the moment. Like you're always at the front of that wave, and the things that have happened before, especially before we had the comic book store, they weren't publishing trade paperbacks. There was no kind of accessible back issue bin or archive. You're just catching what you can find, and as you grow up and your comics fall apart and you age out and you throw them away or trade, like you don't know what happened 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It's shit of Theseus, dude. So I find it interesting. So here we are, Nimrod, Master Mold, Siege Perilous. I don't know what any of this means anymore sometimes. Excuse me, I'm still digesting some supper here. Pardon me. Hey, if you want to hear maybe some burps on our show or watch me struggle with digesting amazing food from my family, click like on the video, subscribe to the channel, share with all your friends. We appreciate everyone's support, so thank you for that. As well, you can support the show, support the channel by buying our books. Hey, Group of 7 Most Secret Tale features 7 soldiers on a secret but fictional mission to save the world, and Peregrine's Flight Fiends and Fisticuffs features secret agents on a mission to defend Canada against the unknown and unbelievable as they're undercover as nurses on the front lines of the First World War. Peregrine's Flight Fiends, Fisticuffs, both written by Chris Sanigan, drawn by me. Fun times. You can find them at group7comics.ca.
Yes.
All fact. Hey, I posted an episode of our second show called Leveling Up on Saturday. And the episode features, I don't know if you ever read this, Chris, Wednesday comics.
No, I'm keen to know a little more. Why don't you take us through it?
Well, you would totally dig it. Every episode of the show, I focus on a new comic that I think can help with my journey to becoming a better cartoonist, better at making comics. Wednesday Comics, if you haven't come across it already, was a feature from DC in 2009 that was actually published on newspaper broadsheet. And so you could unfold this. I have one. Have I shown it to you already?
Maybe.
What's right here? They fit, of course, in comic book bags because I make them fit.
Yes.
But basically, editor, art director over at DC, Mark Chiarello, had this project he pitched to the big muckers at DC to do a newspaper. And every team basically got to do one sheet, and it would get published every week on Wednesday. Sort of like the Sunday paper. You would sit there doing your Sunday paper, and this happens to be Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Rizzo on this, and it's friggin' huge. It's amazing. So they published 12 of these, and it's collected, if you don't mind me.
Of course.
You don't do it that way. Over here in the old comic shelf. It's collected. A new edition came out, which you can find at your local comic book store, and it's gorgeous. So you get
all one sheets basically.
All one sheets, and there's some Mike Allred in there, some Paul Pope, Dave Gibbons, not art but writing, Lee Bermejo, Joe Kubert. Like it's a tour de force. Really
the
cool.
Teams, the creative teams like Azzarello and Rizzo, for example, do they do more than one together?
Or they do all 12. They do all 12 of. They do all Batman, and then another team is doing a different character. So there's this full story on Flash, full 12 pages on Green Lantern, 12 pages on Superman.
And
all
that's what I
your
was
kind
going
of
to say.
characters.
Ends up being a 12-pager per, right? Creative team
Yeah.
per character. Gotcha.
Yeah, and when it came out weekly, you get 1 page a week of each of these stories. And when you read it in the hardcover, it's all 12 pages together.
Right.
So it becomes an anthology of short stories. And it's neat to see the differences between how it showed up on newsprint versus how it showed up in this really, really nice new edition. So worth checking out. You can check out the video.
Yeah.
That's sort of where I was going with that. But yeah, fun one to do. And
new
episodes
to seek that one out.
You can also borrow mine, dude.
I can borrow yours too.
There also, of course, is a new episode dropping this Saturday, but we'll talk about that maybe afterward. You can check it out. Subscribe to the channel, and you'll get the notification. Click that notification bell, I guess is, again, the thing we should be saying.
Ring that bell.
Hey, you know what I did this week?
I
binged this show, Wolverine and the X-Men.
You and I
are big fans of X-Men, obviously.
Yes.
And one of the sort of guiding tenets of this show is that X-Men and this 15-year run by Chris Claremont has impacted mass media, pop culture in a multitude of directions, not just action figures or feature films from Fox and Marvel, but also essentially 4 animated series.
Right.
So we get X-Men the Animated Series 1992. We get X-Men Evolution, whatever year that was. Let's say 2000 and let's just say 2000. I don't know.
Which I'm watching right now.
You are watching X-Men Evolution?
Yeah, I started. Yeah.
Good. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wolverine and the X-Men, which I'm also forgetting what year it was, but let's say it's about 2012. I don't really know. I should have checked this before I started talking. And then X-Men 97 being a sequel to, of course, X-Men the Animated Series 92. I got to go binge X-Men Evolution, but I had started this one a couple times. I never gotten through. And I do have like an overview to sort of just pitch you, Chris, as a reason to watch it. I will say, stylistically, it does feel like a sister show or almost a follow-up to X-Men Evolution.
Right.
The way, not necessarily costume designs, but the way that the figures are built, like the way that the designers have designed the human anatomy, and the way that they're kind of rendering faces, they seem to match. Kitty on this doesn't stray too far from Kitty on X-Men Evolution.
I can see that.
And so forth. The makeup of the team is not so different if you age them up maybe another 10 years later.
Right.
You could kind of connect the two shows, which I like. But in terms of its graces, it's one season. They do set up a second season. Doesn't ever happen. It gets canceled. So it's 26 episodes. But unlike all the other versions of X-Men in cartoon form, this one is essentially a season-spanning narrative. And there are a few episodes that stray from it to fill out the world a little bit, especially Wolverine's world. So you do get episodes about a loose version of his Japanese ventures and some Weapon X kind of stuff. But essentially there is a mystery that starts in the first episode that is resolved by the last episode, and the whole show runs through that mystery. And what it does better than every single other X-Men thing I've ever seen in terms of movies and animated series, like it does something better, which is that it actually aligns key X-Men stories as having to be strongly related to one another, more meaningfully than every other version. So without spoiling, because it's the opening thing, there is a Days of Future Past world that is talking to the world of the now, like in Days of Future Past,
right? And
it's saying a problem is coming, and these are the things that you need to kind of do to prevent it from getting to this inevitability.
Assassin. And
it's the assassin thing, but they line it up with Magneto and Genosha.
Mm-hmm.
They line it up with the Sentinels, the Hellfire Club, like all lead directly to this thing, like almost like levels you kind of have to get through, but not in like a one and done sort of way, but A particular, I guess I'll spoil it. The show is 15 years old at least. One of the things they do is like the Hellfire Club is not just a secret council of bad guys. Their purpose is to find the kind of like eternal spirit that has manifested in telepaths throughout time,
Okay.
known as the Phoenix Force. There's like historical documentation and artifacts and sculptures and all sorts of things that have shown this legacy of the Phoenix. And the Hellfire Club has always been there to sort of either guide or quiet down or control the Phoenix Force in some way. So they're like not just want to control Jean Grey and have like for world domination. They have like a purpose that's built in to the X universe in a profound and meaningful way. And of course, if they get it wrong and she gets unleashed, it's going to
Destroy the world.
Yeah. Right. It actually all connects really, really well. The show does have a few weaknesses, of course. There are not enough single great moments in the show where you're like, remember the time that Wolverine slashed through that guy? Like, that never happens.
Right.
It's sort of the kid's cartoon, and Wolverine never lands a punch, which is, well, with claws out, which is very frustrating, except for on Sentinels and such. So a lot of Wolverine with no killing is not my favorite version of Wolverine. And maybe there aren't a lot of great moments for anyone else other than Wolverine. Everyone's a supporting character. He is the leader of the team. He is the head of the school. And so all the errors kind of fall on him, but the show goes through him essentially. One of the other really terrible parts about the show, Scott's trench coat. Just awful. Awful, awful, awful. Having Cyclops in this trench coat the whole show. It's like we wanted Gambit, we want to do Gambit. Even though the show does do Gambit, by the way.
Right.
So I guess they wanted him dark and brooding. So they, that gray, his visor, gray, that trench coat. Hate it. And not enough Colossus, but that's okay. Things that were really good, really seamless blend of all these like sort of big X-Men things without it feeling tokenistic. That was really good. Some of the characters are complicated. It's like it's not good versus evil. It's conflicting agendas, which is way more nuanced for kids. And I am thoroughly into having characters that they're not necessarily good or evil, but they have moments where they'll align this way because they think this is for the greater good or that. And it's fascinating. It's a really good way to portray some of the complicated characters within the X-Men cast. And then I also did like some of the streamlining of the costumes too, particularly Wolverine's. So there's not black, like he doesn't have a black mask. He has that blue that kind of matches the rest of his suit, which is taken from the John Cassidy Astonishing X-Men suit. Yeah. But there's like their yellows all match and their subdued blues match nicely, and it kind of went well. It went well. Good overall, enjoyable and unique X-Men experience. Like I said, could be a follow-up in a way to Evolution, but it does stand alone as an interesting and unique interpretation of the X-Men.
Yeah, it's on my watch list once I finish Evolution. I've got this one, and then I think that's it. I think I've seen all the properties.
Well, you still got a ways to go, sir.
What do I have to do?
Quit your job.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's the only point. It's the only solution.
The only solution. I'm going to have to go back now and stream and binge X-Men Evolution.
Yeah.
I have maybe 3 weeks. I got to get it.
4 or 5 episodes in. First season.
And what do you think so far?
I mean, it's, it's directed at a certain audience, young, kids in that sense. Putting the characters in their high school years, except for Wolverine is there and Professor Xavier's there and, a few other, but like having the majority of the characters in their high school years kind of be at a school and then also be at a high school is like, so they can have their high school melodramas, which is, this show is full of it. Some interesting like design choices on the characters and their costumes.
Pick one.
What do I like?
Cyclops.
Yeah, the Cyclops. Yeah.
Got the X logo in the middle, got his hair out.
Yeah, he does. It's also the other thing that's interesting. I mean, the other one that I thought was interesting, and Wolverine's in orange and gray almost, like
it's like this costume but reversed in terms of where the dark versus light is.
Yeah. I thought it's interesting though that like at the heart, so far anyway, because they are teenagers. Still, wow, we can't. I don't know if we chatted about this last time on the show. I can't remember, but we still can't get away from like the Cyclops Jean Grey relationship core at the heart of X-Men. At the heart of it, like they're still right. And now we just finished Inferno and like all the other things that came along with that, and it's to watch it again, watch another version of the story of Jean and Scott in high school and being together and not together and whatever. It's like, wow, we just have not been able to move on from that critical story point in the genetic makeup of the property.
Yeah. So does X-Men, is it a thing without that in it?
Right.
Or is it missing something? But definitely seems to be a thing that each iteration of creators, when they transfer media, go back to it as a foundational.
Yeah.
And they really make it like when they first see each other.
Yeah.
It's like their love is going to save the team somehow. Because he'll have his glasses gone and he'll be blind and be like, I can't shoot the thing to save all of us. She's like, Scott, open your eyes.
Yeah, Scott, I'll be your eyes. Scott.
That might be the worst X-Men trope. Or at least for me, the least interesting one. Yeah. Yeah. I do like Jean's costume in that one too, where
green is great.
Yeah, well, it's back to her Marvel Girl that color, but with again that like headdress piece that Jim Lee popularizes, which I do dig, even though I don't know what it function at service if your dome isn't protected. Right. But they look cooler with their hair out, no question.
You look cooler with the hair out.
Yeah, that's why I wear mine this way too. I think it looks cooler with
the hair out.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Animated series. Looking forward. Can't wait for season 3 or season 2. Pardon me. Of 97. Let's get going with that. Okay. So Jim Lee, I showed this a couple weeks ago in an episode. We're looking at just Jim Lee's sort of starting point with X-Men in that short story in Classic X-Men number 39. But we're getting some original art. There's only a couple pages I could find online, including the cover. The reason I mention it or bring it up is there is like one little writer note or colorist note at the bottom where I guess it's him who's putting it in there, or maybe the inker is saying, hey, all the stuff, including Storm in the foreground, give me like a dark monochromatic color for that to help separate the elements of where Colossus and Havoc and the background are with this wreckage in the foreground, put it in the monochromatic color, something dark. And of course we do get that sort of a little bit where it is darker there. We'll look at it in a minute. And then of course the opening page with Wolverine. And this is a photograph of, I guess it's under glass in someone's wall.
Okay.
Or it's on a table. I can't exactly know if it's a frame or a cast shadow, but I wish there was a good version of this. Now, both of these pieces, I believe, are in the Jim Lee artist edition, the X-Men edition, which I do not own.
Oh,
but that Wolverine drawing jumping out at you is everything I want to see in an X-Men comic.
It's quite a statement. I mean, without looking at we'll get to the comic page, but it's quite the statement in terms of introducing yourself as the X-Men artist.
Totally. Want to get into it?
Let's do it.
Oh, I'm very excited. There you go. So Storm in that wreckage is really quite dark. I think it does do the job of separating foreground from background well enough.
Yeah.
Was this your first time reading it, by the way?
It was, yeah. It was.
Okay. I didn't mention in the preamble anything about Nanny or the Orphan Maker
No, we came across those characters last issue. Was it 2 issues ago? Last issue.
Last issue.
And you'd mentioned they were developed. Are they from X Factor to Simonson's?
Correct.
Right.
They are characters.
That's all I got. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe they're going to play too big a role in this. We shall see. All right.
Possibly.
Hey, what is that Colossus says on the cover?
Why did you kill Storm?
That's a great question. So now I'm going into this issue. Is Storm dead? No, it can't be. Did he double zap her?
Did he zap her?
Oh, like double zap because he's got 2 hands.
Yeah, that's true.
So you know else you can open up the comic. You know else you can double zap?
Oh, right on. It's true.
It.
Clear seal, double clear.
Double zap. It's so funny to think like how the ads have aged up.
Right.
We're now going after young teenagers. It's not like lollipops.
No, it's not. It's not like Hubba Bubba. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And right away we get that awesome splash page, which we just saw the original art of, or at least a photograph of. And it's a pretty fantastic opening. If this was on a sticker, or a poster, it would do its job. It's beautiful.
I also like how in that first panel, his left hand, which is reaching out towards us, has the claws, almost look like extensions of the fingers. But
sure.
Anyway, I like it.
It's cool.
Yeah,
and I like how they break the panel border too.
Yeah, that's right.
It looks very good. The Cradle Will Fall, a Stan Lee presentation starring the Uncanny X-Men. His name is Wolverine. He's the best there is at what he does. It isn't enough. Chris Claremont writer, Jim Lee. Woohoo! Welcome aboard. Debut. Dan Green inker. Glennis Oliver and Tom Morzakowski on colors and letters, respectively. Bob Harris, editor, who has just found his golden goose. And Tom DeFalco, Lord High Executioner.
Huh. That is quite the title.
It is. One of the neat things about this second panel that's there, and it's okay, is it still looks like X-Men the way it's been shown to us through Silvestri and Dan Green, just with a couple different little marks here or there, or shapes, but it fits in with Silvestri's look so far, that bottom panel. If you had told me that was, from the previous issue, I would have believed you, because Dan Green is the glue that ties them both together. Kind of neat to see a brush artist working over top of Jim Lee pencils. We don't normally see that. So guys like Joe Rubenstein, who worked on him and other things, and then Dan Green, but he's going to very quickly define the pen as the inking tool over top of his pencils with people like Scott Williams. Eventually, we'll see on the title. Ready for a great double splash?
You got this great splash to start, and then, wow, you have a whole other 2-page splash.
Incredible. And this is why I'm here. I want to see this issue. I want to see the issue where the Reavers are getting ready to attack the X-Men. I want to see them come in, show me the new team members. I'm all here for this. Jim Lee drawing cyborgs.
Right.
Drawing X-Men getting attacked by cyborgs. This is exactly what I want to see. We'll read this page and we can talk about it if you don't mind.
Sure.
The Reavers. And I don't remember who is who, but I think you're Bonebreaker. Bonebreaker.
Shit, am I like I used to.
Skullbuster. Let's hope not, compadre, since we're prime examples of the way they used to. Pretty boy. What do you expect, Skull? That's just a robot. We're cyborgs. However, lads and lassie, loath as I am to poop our party, I suspect the real thing won't be so easy to kill. Wolverine's bones are laced with adamantium. They can't be broken. Donald Pierce.
Perhaps, but he remains mortal flesh. He can be hurt, he bleeds. And also heals, as my men and I, Lord Pierce, learn to our cost. We all have reason to hate the X-Men, Yuriko, and this X-Men in particular. That is why I banded us together, so that as a whole we may succeed, where as separate parts we failed, and bring our enemies to the fateful, fatal end they so richly deserve.
Lady Deathstrike, Reese, Cole, Macon.
Masson.
Yeah. So we've met. If you're new to the show or you don't watch every week with us, Reese, Cole, and Macon are three guys who have been hanging around with Lady Deathstrike. We kind of met them in this form, courtesy of Barry Windsor Smith's fantastic art in Uncanny X-Men 205, I believe, known as Wounded Wolf, where she led the trio of former Hellfire pawns.
Pawns, I think. Yeah, I think pawns.
I think you have to say it with a rising inflection. Pawns. She led them against a wounded Wolverine. And of course, famously in the lore here, Wolverine is the one that cut these guys to bits during the X-Men's attack on the Hellfire Club back during the Phoenix Saga. So they are like trauma survivors who have been augmented in Spiral's body shop.
Body shop.
And they are just perfectly ripe for action figure customs, like any body parts you can find, robot parts, any kind of crazy weapons, some military fatigues. I'm working currently on a deal to secure a body for Cole and a new one for either Macon, or I guess it's Macon. I do already have a Reese. I have a Bone Breaker. I have a Skullbuster. I got a Pretty Boy. I got a Lady Deathstrike. I need to get Cole, looking like Cole, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
It's so exciting to me. I am not a huge fan of this version of Donald Pierce. I don't know. What do you think?
He looks kind of like Mr. Sinister-y. The flowing cape and stuff. I prefer the Hellfire Club, aristocratic kind of duds.
Neat, if you want to remember, to all you out there, there was a film version of Donald Pierce in the movie Logan.
Mm-hmm.
He's sort of the head mercenary hunting Wolverine the entire movie. And I thought it was a good version of it. I like that, where he's a little more involved. He has one robot hand, I think, in that movie.
Yeah.
A neat portrayal. The guys in the massive capes with giant flowing hair. Like, this is such a 90s way of interpreting these characters. So, yeah, I'm not that huge a fan of him specifically, but I love this group. And I've got to remind you, Bonebreaker, Skullbuster, and Pretty Boy, during the X-Men's cleansing of their base, and I use that word in italics and quotations, as they are like defeating all these bandits who have been robbing the world and hiding out in the outback in Australia. These three escape through Gateway's portal. They run up to him because they've been using Gateway as their means to get it in and out of that locale, and they rely on him as they run away. I think Skullbuster is carrying Bonebreaker under one arm, without his chassis,
right?
And they run through Gateway's portal, and it reminds you that Gateway is at that point quite ambiguous. We don't know why he opens portals for people, but supposedly in the backgrounds of the X-Men, that trio met up with Pierce and met up with Deathstrike and her trio.
Mm-hmm.
And they make for a very deadly 7. And when I say 7, I mean 8.
That's right.
Don't forget that. If I ever say 7, I actually mean 8.
You mean 8? Okay.
Like group of 7, it's actually 8. Well, I can't wait. More of this comic. Go. Let's read the rest of this comic. Here we go. Wait a minute. Whoa, I thought we were reading about those cyborgs and stuff.
We were.
But that's the comic I want to read, Chris.
Well, you're reading this comic.
No. I really, really want to read the story where those characters. Hey, there's death on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
There is the destruction of this really awesome looking robot on the first page.
Yep.
We see a double page splash of the problem at hand, this issue, that's going to cause the death of Storm in some way, I'm sure.
So naturally, we're gonna make it a long shot story.
All right. Australia, sort of. Oh no. It's not. Are things not what they are? Is that what's going to happen now?
Maybe.
Things aren't going to be things? Chris, like, okay, Wolverine wasn't Wolverine. Okay, that I can accept.
Was a robot.
But is this going to be Australia? Sort of. But in reality, only a dream. Hey, light so blindingly bright. Dazzler. I didn't know you could fly.
Get real, long shot. This is how a star makes her entrance.
My clothes have changed.
Come, gonna dance with me, cutie. Gotta look the proper part.
I have a question, Chris. Why are the X-Men playing the music?
Why not?
Okay, I'm going to read the dialogue again. Why are the X-Men playing the music?
I have an answer for you. Why not? Shall we? Time's up. Time's up, Latingale.
Rogue!
Now it's my turn.
I don't understand this, Chris. What's going on?
I have faith that Claremont knows what's happening.
Okay, I'll read again. Sorry. I don't understand.
Go with the flow, sugar. Ain't that what you do best?
Gangway! And the crowd gasps with astonishment and delight. As the starved screen, small and large, not to mention countless backyard fantasies, makes her latest conquest.
What's a backyard fantasy?
I think it's a backdoor fantasy.
Oof.
In the backyard.
Oof.
This character, by the way, I think is rendered to look like Innocenti. That's always what I've always imagined. So she wrote the series of Longshot.
Right.
I always thought Art Adams was just drawing Innocenti.
Okay.
As Rita Ricochet. You're not an X-Men. No way, San Jose. Wait, you're the movie person. Ricochet Rita. Stunt spirit extraordinaire. But there's more to you than just the picture I saw on that screen back in that Uncanny X-Men 224.
What? He watched a TV screen back in 224?
Yep. Why do you have 6 arms?
Actually, they're mine. And so, Luxter, are you.
Spiral!
I'm flattered you remember me. No less than enraged that you don't remember enough. Pathetic little bouncing boy toy, depending on luck and charm to save you.
Where'd she go? Why does she hate me?
I'm the dancer here. You'd no right. With all those those eyes and that deadly killer smile to waltz away to my heart's. Luck's all run out, long shot.
Ah!
Let's see how well you prance the light fandango without a spine to carry you.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, sure.
Chris, what's going on?
I think we're building something.
I do like that middle drawing of Spiral there with all of her swords and knives and stuff. It looks cool. I got that action figure. It's dope.
Okay. But yeah, we haven't seen Spiral in a long time.
Wretched encumbrance. Glad to be rid of it. You want to take over reading him, by the way? Yeah.
Stable shards? No.
Silly spiral. Twisted to forgot. For all the dancer's art, it's the choreographer who calls the tune. Ah! Spines are for books. Too easily brokered or burned. Flexibility's the answer, don't you agree?
Never fails. Should have known better. No matter what happening. Long shot. You always kill.
Sorry.
The one you love.
How can that be, my dead, decaying darlings? I'm still here.
That laughter, so faint it's almost imagination, cold and cruel, beyond all comprehension. Where am I?
I'll be gateway in this one.
Okay, thanks, man.
No problem.
The last I remember, I laid down on my bed. Somehow I sense I know I'm still here. My body, at any rate. Is this your doing, Gateway, in the manner of your aboriginal people, to summon my spirit into some dream? For what purpose? If you brought me here, old man, at least do me the courtesy of an answer. What are you looking at? Merciful goddess! Please, Storm. Can't stop now, real busy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look what I found. Isn't it great? No dream, the foulest nightmare. Why are you tormenting the boy, Gateway? Answer me. Chris, what is going on? Was that Longshot's dream? Was it Storm's dream? Was it both?
I mean, it sounds like they're talking to each other. So
okay, he just found his like a decapitated arm, not decapitated, dismembered arm.
Dismembered arm. And
so weird.
What's he gonna do with it?
That drawing of Gateway, by the way, at the bottom with his face is just awesome, and you would not see Jim Lee rendering this way unless, again, Dan Green is coming with a brush. Like the ticks and things, all the marks are beautiful brush strokes, and I think it looks lovely. It's a lovely drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Longshot, come with me. None of this is real. It fits. Okay, she's talking to the goat, like a spirit of Longshot.
Apparition?
Yeah, with no nose.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has no nose, but yet he has arms that are ghost arms, and then he puts on a real arm.
Yeah.
But he has no nose, but anyway. No! Don't move, Storm, please! You might step on something. What are you doing? Searching for myself, of course. Everyone I touch, everything, too, has a story, a sense of where it came from and why it was created, but not me. Why don't I have memory, Storm? Why does my life begin the moment I pooped into the X-Men's old danger room?
Still there, by the way.
X-Men Annual 10.
They haven't cleaned it.
Where did I come from? What's my purpose? I do not know. Since your life seemed lived entirely for the moment, those are the terms on which we dealt with you. Somehow that seemed natural. That's it. There's nothing more. I've searched and searched, but this is as much of me as I can find. Just a little button nose on a ghost body. Is it enough, Storm, for me to be a real person?
Yeah, this might be one of the more confusing first 8 pages of an X-Men issue. It starts off like, wow, X-Men splash, Wolverine, wow, Reavers, and then this. Ridiculous.
Too many holes for a person to be whole. There has to be more of me somewhere. I guess I'd better go find it. I don't want to leave, Storm. You're my friends. But I can't be your friend till there's an all of me to be. And that is the end of Longshot in X-Men. What the frig?
That's the end of Longshot and X-Men?
Well, you can...
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just exaggerating or whatever, but he's exiting the book right now.
Right.
That was his goodbye. Was that him? What was that?
And can you hug an apparition?
Is he an apparition? I have no idea what's going on.
This is not good.
So is this a case that Claremont wrote something weird, or is this a collaboration that is weird? I'm going to just be hanging on Claremont because the drawings look good. But
It's going to have to, yeah.
Elsewhere, we don't even know where they are in the first place. It was a dream the whole time, wasn't it?
That's what we're led to believe, yeah.
Okay, we've got two characters here. Egg person, known
Mhm.
as Annie,
Yes.
and then a little kid, I think, in a mech or armor
Yeah.
suit, known as Orphan Maker.
Yeah, I think I was Nanny last time. I think you were Orphan Maker.
Oh, good. Okay, here we go then. They look scary.
And well, they should. See what life has done to these poor mutants, Peter. Force them to cast aside their humanity until they're no longer people, but living weapons, legends.
Is that so bad, Nanny? I bet they're so tough nobody can hurt them.
Oh, would that were so, my angel. The cruelest hurts are often the ones hidden inside us. But hurt they'll be, and slain as well, if we don't do something.
Nanny, they're not children. They're all grown up.
Silly boy. They only look that way. And Nanny can fix that. Like Nanny fixes everything.
Okay,
Okay?
just talking storytelling here.
Sure.
The way that you read that, it makes me think it's the end of the scene. But
Yeah.
the drawing does not make me think it's the end of the scene.
Excuse me.
So Nanny is like maybe looking at her hand or at a console
Right.
of some kind. But like if she's doing something, okay, like I said, the way you read it makes me feel like it's the scene's ending, but the way that the drawing looks like it's a page turn.
Yeah.
So let's see what it is, because I
See what
don't
it is.
actually know. Because those two don't match. And it is the end of the scene. No, it is. It isn't. No, she's still talking.
The X-Men are in deadly danger. And whether they want us to or not, we are going to save them. You're right. It's scenes continued.
How? We can't even see them on our TVs.
Don't pout, dear. It's rude. Fascinating. I know they're about. I saw them when I made my personal reconnaissance. Yet they appear completely cloaked from all forms of electronic detection.
Maybe then this isn't such a great idea, Nanny.
O ye of little faith, challenges are set before us, dear heart, that we may rise above them.
Okay, so this next piece, you're on mute, by the way. I'm assuming that's on purpose.
Oh, I thought I took it off. Sorry.
No, it's all good. I think that's Nanny singing.
It is Nanny singing.
As Psylocke is swimming in an underground body of water.
Cavern in Australia.
We've seen them there before.
We have.
To me, that's where there is a monster.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but, you know.
Yeah.
So do you? Yeah, she also looks like she's swimming in lingerie,
Yeah.
which, you know, to each their own.
We have also noticed the last, say, 10 issues or 7 issues, like Betsy is put in less and less clothes should the opportunity arise. She's in the bath. She's swimming. She's being painted, by
In the nude. Yeah. And here, the choice to like show the fringes on the buttocks of her bathing suit really gives you the curvature of her figure. It accents it. It's a choice to sexualize that figure. for sure.
Rock-a-bye, baby, in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock.
Intruder!
When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall.
A robot? That would explain why my telepathic powers didn't warn me of its egg-like presence.
And down will come Psylocke,
What the devil?
X-Men and all.
I think that's still
Nanny.
Yeah.
That's quite enough of that sort of language, young girl. I declare, are there no standards left anymore in this poor world?
So the language is like, what the devil, and just the use of the word devil is the swear word in this case, the bad language.
Word, yeah.
Nanny?
Well, who else would it be, Poppet? Now, out of that water straight away.
No, this is wrong.
Before you catch your death.
Isn't it?
You've had your swim, dear.
Time for tea, please.
Of course, the best of everything for my best of girls. I've the most wonderful surprise for you, Psylocke. Some lovely new clothes. Would you like to try them on?
Oh, yes, please. I'd like that. Ever so very much. Okay, so we can see that Nanny has some sort of illusion power.
Sure.
And then so did she make Betsy think Betsy's young, or did she actually make Betsy young?
Right.
I don't know yet. I'm not sure. Because the drawing at the end, I guess that's a kid, but...
Yeah, that's what I took it for.
So, to attack a telepath mentally is... Okay, that's fine. It makes Betsy seem quite weak as a telepath. To not be able to resist. But maybe Nanny's powers are so robotically awesome. Are they alien? Are they... I don't know yet, but... Okay, that's fine. We're gonna have tea, and that's okay. I'm going with it.
Nanny has some kind of hallucinogenic or something that it's also using.
Sure. Hypnotic. I don't know. Meanwhile,
didn't think I'd miss Longshot so much. First Rogue, now him, and Wolvie's still off. Lord knows where.
Madripoor.
Team isn't exactly in the best of shape, Dazzler. Unlike us, eh, Alex? Hey, maybe we're cursed by God. You and me, Alex, we do seem to be having our share of star-crossed moments lately. Cute. Look on the bright side. At least we've got Storm to hold the team together. Cheer up, Hot Bod. Whatever comes our way, you can bet we've got the pizzazz and style to handle it.
Because, in a fight, I'm always looking for two things. Pizzazz. And style.
Right, Alex? Havoc? Ah! Oh, my. Ouch. Well, you know what they say about that first step. So I like, by the way, or not like, but just to your point, yeah. So they're like, yeah, Longshot's gone. They're just like, he's not here anymore. So we're running now. But
yes.
He's been gone for, is this like the next day? Sounds like. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some doozy, all right. Got to admit, though, it's nice to see somebody else take the pratfall for a change. Nice to hear you laugh. Nice to hear
That's Havoc.
Nice to hear you laugh too. Hey, Ollie, come take a look at this. What you found? Beats me. Some kind of ship, I guess. Derelict by the look of it. Yep, a derelict alien spacecraft.
With a giant let's just say the word mouth.
No.
Whatever. A giant mouth open at you. It's shining. Nothing derelict about it. Maybe don't stand there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And the way Jim Lee draws this on the previous page, as Alex has fallen down and over, like he fell off the cliff of his own volition and then bounced off it and landed in the sand on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Allie can see the ship from where she's standing as she's laughing at him, the way he drew it. And then she comes down and around and it's like, hey, what'd you find? She can see it too.
Yeah. Also, they're very sweaty.
Well, yeah, man. Hot bod. Come on.
Hot bod. Light up the inside, will you? Should we tell the others?
Yes.
I gave a mental yell to Psylocke. Wonder how come none of our sensors ever spotted it. Alex, come on, no further, okay? This sort of reminds me too much of Alien.
Yeah.
I thought we have the pizzazz and style to handle anything.
Spong. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It worked. It worked, Danny, just like you said. We clobbered him easy. Hey, what just clobbered them?
Did they just get cut in half?
Though, did the wall just close on them softly enough that it bent where they are?
Right.
Okay.
Wait.
And so, moving right along.
This is very strange. There are less supplies here than there should be. Either some of us are eating like pigs or... Hey?
Party time's over, Colossus.
That voice. It is Psylocke.
Time to join Nanny.
Armored girls. Grip stronger than mine. This is Orphan.
Hey, no fair start without us.
Don't worry, Orphan Maker. We'll take care of this.
So Dazzler must be pink, and
Yes.
Havoc is blue.
Blue.
And are you telling me that they just drew the same thing twice and photocopied and moved it over?
Sure. Yeah, that
Do we
seems
agree
good.
that's the exact same drawing?
Yes, we can.
You're okay officially, Chris, in your professional capacity. You're an archivist.
I am.
That means you can tell that you can certify with an official stamp of archivism.
Yes.
Archivist. That is the same drawing, just photostat pasted on next to each other.
Yes, and colored slightly differently.
What a joke.
It was such a good drawing, they just copied it again.
I wonder actually what it was, if maybe he just didn't draw two, he just drew one, or they hated the second one, and I don't know. I would let's ask him.
Yeah.
We know Jim Lee's a big fan of the show.
Big fan. Friend of the show.
So Jim, send us a message, please. You got my number. Just send me a text or DM on Instagram. You know how we are, and let me know why did this get done that way, or maybe Dan Green drew them. I want to hear. Jim, you just tell us the story behind the scenes, okay? All right, bud.
Yeah.
Cheers. I'll see you at your San Diego New Year's Eve party, okay? All right, pal. Go on.
Short. Dazzler's photo sound light beam certainly packs a wallop. She and Havoc, just like Elizabeth, their voices sound like little children's.
Gee whiz, that's neat. And real pretty, too. But I'm Nanny's orphan maker. I'm supposed to be in charge. Fancy meeting you here, Peter.
No time for jokes, Storm. We are under attack. Something has happened to Dazzler, Havoc, and What?
Nanny wants all her precious babies.
Psylocke.
Using her telepathy against us. Come down at once. Come down, dears, at once. No!
Nanny must be obeyed.
Ow!
Nanny doesn't want you hurt, Storm. This is for your own good.
I decide what's for my own good, little brother. And I alone.
Okay.
Hey, did you remember that?
Meanwhile,
No, is there even a meanwhile? There is a little side story, by the way, that happened in the annual that we're not going to read because it is just not written by Claremont and not really relevant. But in it, it's just Jubilee kind of going around while the X-Men are out. And
really?
Grabs different pieces of costume.
Oh, okay.
So that's why she's wearing Dazzler's one arm. She's got maybe Storm's old vest. I don't know. Rogue's other arm. Rambo's headband. Psylocke's lower leg armor. She's just wearing stuff. Sounds pretty intense outside. Mondo dumps. Better than the me. And while they're all occupied being ultra physical, perfect opportunity for me to raid the pantry.
Let's say there. Wait. Oh,
it's Nanny.
Yeah. What's this? Another mutant, a veritable babe for Nanny to gather to her bosom.
Hey, who you calling names? And watch it with those arms. Grabby little roly-poly, ain't ya? Pardon me. I need that. What a grab, what a gal. Into the bag for it. Down my rabbit hole for me. Bye now.
The only wonderland in store for you, Alice, is mine. My hands of glory.
Ain't coming anywhere near me, thank you very much.
Wretched creature.
Oh, yeah? Well, I don't much like you either. I mixed that up. It's okay. And if you're going to start throwing things, catch some of Jubilee's fireworks.
Nice. Referring herself in third person, I like it.
Yeah, it's all cool. I think she's got like a ring of sausages she took.
Nice.
Yeah, delicious. Good salted meats.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I don't know if you know this. If you go back to that page,
yeah.
So she comes in under a table, like moves that hatch, comes in, and then Nanny's first thing she says, "Do you remember the song? What's it called? You want it all, but you can't have it." Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
It's in your face, but you can't grab it. What is the name of that song? Jeez, man. Oh, there's just this weird like rock metal. Oh, thank you, Allie. You're the best. Faith No More. Remember that song by Faith No More in like 1989?
Oh yeah,
or
sure.
88?
Sure.
So Nanny's first line on that page is her going, "What is this?" You remember?
Yeah.
That song? Sorry. So I'm just whenever that's how she speaks. I don't know. She speaks in Faith No More speak. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, now I do.
All right. I gotta go listen to Faith No More. Remember in the video he's wearing boxing gloves?
Yes.
For reasons. Allie, that was awesome. Thank you for that. Oh my god, I'm starting to cry. Okay. Cries of alarm from the hotel. Are you telling me that they have a hotel that's like a functioning hotel?
Functioning, yeah. They have an entire like service team.
This whole time they've been running faulty towers.
Yeah. There's like no other guests but them.
Oh no, I thought there was like a whole bunch of guests. Like they're the hosts and they have all these duties, and everyone is like, yeah, it's so surreal that everyone comes to this hotel and the X-Men are just constantly around and they think no one can see them.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Cries of alarm from the hotel. Nanny appears to be in some difficulty. Poor dear. Perhaps I can add injury to insult.
This is,
Nanny's yelling Peter.
Yeah. Peter!
Coming, Nanny. Are you hurt?
Here, my precious. We're coming too. Fast as we can. Oh, the indignity. Those fireworks multi-state energy plasmoids damaged my rocket backpack. I can't right myself.
I'm here, Nanny. I'll save you.
Oh, there's my angel. What a good boy. Peter, behind you.
Huh? Splam.
And then Nanny spins around. I feel ill. Have I stopped spinning? Why won't everything else? Oh dear, dear. Scanning systems totally disoriented. Storm's the only one still free. This must be her doing. Peter was hit so hard, he's been hurt. I shall be so very, very cross.
Others rushing to Nanny's aid. Some appropriate thunder should slow them down. Till I can hopefully sort out friend from... Oh! She's grabbed by a tentacle.
That's right. Ha! She fell down, go boom. Right into the mud, serves her right. I want to hit her. No, me. My turn. Mine.
Neither of you shall, you babies. I snared her. I get to finish her. Another psionic assault, trying to break down my sense of self. Reduce me in my own mind to a childhood state, totally dependent on this nanny person. Psylocke too powerful, but not at all powerful enough to withstand Nanny.
No.
Cannot withstand for long. Great storm drawing, by the way, this one.
Yeah. What's happening? The storm's making it so cold, stupid boy. Rain on the ground is turning to ice. She's whistling up the wind, too. I can't stop myself. Gangway! Help, 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 help.
Crap. So much for these armored warriors. That still leaves the one they call Orphan Maker. Pew, 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 pew. As Storm is hiding behind the unconscious or toppled armored bodies of Havoc, Psylocke, and Dazzler.
And there's like oil spilled out or something.
Or just maybe the dusty ground has turned to muck.
Maybe.
But it is colored purple, which does give the sense of maybe there is some, like you're saying, some fluid from the suit.
Right.
That noise!
Peter, to my side, hurry!
Nanny! Get away from her, you metal meanie!
You are one to talk, comrade. Fly away, Peter. Fly us away home to Neverland.
Well, they're both called Peter, too.
I know.
So this little Orphan Maker guy, he's got like a full Iron Man suit on. Like,
He does.
yeah. Crazy.
Totally.
We giving up, Nanny? I mean, we got 3 of them.
Tomorrow is another day, my sweet. What matters is knowing when to run away. To ensure that you'll live to fight on it. And win.
On it. Not without answering to the X-Men, creature, because I can hear you from out here.
Mm-hmm.
For this attack.
Who's she, Johnson?
Who's she calling a creature? Because I can hear her in here from out there. We're as much people as her. Hey, what's she doing?
Storm is using her weather powers to try and force us down. But don't be frightened, pet. Nanny has the situation well in hand. See? Fascinating. With the video components I've purloined from their own computers, The X-Men are no longer invisible to ours. Struggle all you wish, Storm. Now that Nanny has you, she'll never let you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. The armor is broken. If I free the others completely, perhaps that will release them from Nanny's control as well. Perhaps then they can help Storm. This takes care of Havoc. Dead like mush.
Head like mush.
Head like mush. Storm in danger. What am I supposed to do? Obey Nanny, X-Men in trouble. Gotta do something. Havoc, no! I nailed it. The ship's going down. What about Storm?
I'm size scanning. Full intensity. No sign of any thoughts. Nanny, Orphan Maker, or Storm.
Oh my lord, what have I done? The fault is as much mine, Tovarish. Let go of me, before I blast you too. Cut it out, the pair of you. Stop belly aching about yourselves and look.
There's no need, Allison. We've found her.
Okay.
Storm's dead.
Yeah, we're moving on from Storm.
Okay, so let's say hello to Kevin from Toying Around. And Allie says Chris Claremont only knows 4 names, and Peter is one of them. Yeah, so he only has those options. Storm's dead.
Storm's dead. Move on.
but for real? Question mark. Yeah, kind of.
Well, let's see. Longshots just left the team this issue. The last issue, Rogue left the team.
Yep.
They're just dropping.
Yeah. One of the articles here, or one of the letters, is from Mei Lee from Toronto. Shouts to Mei Lee. Hope you're still reading X-Men. Maybe you're a fan of the show. We don't know. And she's sort of saying, Madeline's a great Goblin Queen. Glad to see her history's finally out there. I'm assuming we're finally going to have a confrontation between Jean Grey and Madeline Pryor. And that means the whole mess involving them has taken a really long time. Can we please get this resolved? I'd like to see this over. It's gone on long enough. Yeah.
You're right in what we're all thinking.
That's totally true. Allie says, don't they think they killed Rogue last issue? So Betsy should be worried for next. Yes, definitely. They didn't even mourn Rogue for a single second. They're busy jogging.
Yeah, she's in the Siege Perilous.
Well, but they don't know what's going to happen with the Siege Perilous. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have concrete evidence that you go through it and you are reincarnated or who knows what. They just know that their pal is gone. They don't. I mean, maybe they have a way of reaching Wolverine. I don't know. But it is so weird. They just we're going to just go jogging around. Longshot left. There's really nothing to. There's not nearly enough exposition to understand what happened to Longshot, and not nearly enough of a breath to experience Rogue's exit.
Mm-hmm.
But now within 2 issues, we've lost. And maybe if you go back 3 issues, Wolverine leaves, right? So you lose in 3 issues: Wolverine, Rogue, Longshot, and Storm. And in Wolverine, Storm, and Rogue, we're losing 3 staples of the series for years and years and years. And with Wolverine and Storm, we're losing characters that have been here for 14 years. Crazy.
Right.
You know what I think the series needs, though, is, since we don't have him right now, I think we need to just revamp Longshot.
Oh, how? What do you think?
Well, keep the throwing of the things.
Right.
Keep a hairstyle that is dynamic and good for cartooning and such. But let's, he was a bit of a hound. Like he had all the girls kind of in his life.
Absolutely.
He wasn't actually charming. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
So make him charming. Keep the hair in some sort of wacky way. Keep the throwing things. Keep the leather.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe lengthen that jacket. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe make him redhead instead of a blonde.
Or brunette or whatever.
Yeah.
Or brune. Maybe a little.
See what happens. There he goes.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I'm joking around about Gambit being Longshot 2.0. Just a revision of some of the key things with that character. Bring in Nightcrawler's roguish charm or his what's another word that we use for his acrobatic swashbuckler charm, whatever else he was doing. Yeah, we'll see. I guess it's time for some new characters. So we're getting Jubilee, right? Jubilee is
the best of the new characters.
Well, there is an opportunity actually for we'll see. We'll see if Claremont is able to weave a narrative that gives Jubilee the chance to earn a spot within this group. But right now, things are just crazy. Did you enjoy this issue?
I can't say that I did.
So I'm going to give it for you. You put your thumb up. I'll put my thumb up. Yeah, come on, man. The art's good, but the story is a runny turd.
Well, and it starts off so promising. As well, which with the Reavers and the robot Wolverine, and then this like threat of gonna get them, and then it goes into this whole other dream maybe sequence.
It really is super weird, and I don't understand it. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to get better.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of things that are weird, here, take a look at this. I picked up a comic at my local the other day. It was, it's kind of for our show later on. So this is a second printing of this cover of the New Mutants for a crossover storyline called the Extinction Agenda. This happens to be part 2. This is a Rob Liefeld cover. And for whatever reason, it's second printing, so it's got this sort of yellow screen, like it's all tinted yellow. But graphically speaking, all these action lines lead to one thing. They all lead to, I guess that's Wolfsbane, like that's Rain.
Yeah, that's Rain.
All those action lines lead to Rain's weird butthole armpit.
Butthole armpit.
How on earth is that an armpit? From a front point of view.
Looks like a dog or a wolf's butthole.
It's a butthole on her arm. Yeah, man. It's funny. I had to show you that because it's so ridiculous. But that's what happens sometimes.
Yeah, totally. That's bonkers. Just strange. I guess. I mean, and feels like, if you're gonna have a first issue that becomes the first issue for Jim Lee, it's kind of a shame if you're trying to find those things that like this is the story that goes along with it.
Well, he doesn't do. Well, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Next week, it's not hid. 249 is not a Jim Lee issue.
Isn't that?
We're back to Mark Silvestri.
Wow.
So Jim Lee comes on for an issue as like a fill-in, a tryout, or a something.
Yeah.
And we're getting a just classic composition cover from Silvestri that you can see like Mignola pulls from.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Right? Like it's what it is I mentioned before, Frank Frazetta.
Yes. So
Frazetta's work on like those Conan covers and Fire and Ice and all that sort of barbarian stuff. This is exactly where Silvestri is pulling, and so is a Mignola. And I remember, doing that one piece. Oh, do I have it here? Excuse me. This definitely was not in my mind. This cover was not in mind, but on the back, if you've ever read our Peregrine's Fight Scenes and Fisticuffs, I've got them on like the jagged mound again, that triangle composition, fighting off Viking barbarian dudes or whatever.
Of course.
This kind of thing was in mind for sure. And to add to the Frazetta-ness of it all, the position that Polaris is in is one of those sort of like
damsel in distress.
Yeah,
for sure.
That Frazetta would draw. But the way that hill kind of comes up out of the fog, just great. I love that cover.
Yeah. I also like how his I like the colorine where he's lighting up what is around him, and so even like the bottom of the X behind.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
I think it's cool too. I'm looking forward to that. By the way, now on sale twice a month.
Ooh, all right. We need more in our lives because the quality of story are going up.
It is bizarre. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes, because there are still going to be like some peaks and valleys, and it is interesting to still like see how this all plays out. I find it all very fascinating. Yeah, but there you go. Anything else you want to add about X-Men this week, Chris?
I think so. We're all X-Men.
Well, that's fine with me. Then that brings us to the end of another episode. Thank you to my good buddy, writer of Group of Seven, Most Secret Tale, Peregrines, Fights, and Fiends, and Fisticuffs, Chris Sanigan. Thank you, Chris, for being here with me tonight.
Thank you, Jay.
And my pleasure. And you can find out more about our comics and upcoming appearances at groupofsevencomics.ca. And follow us at Group of Seven Comics on social media. Please click like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with us your take on this, the first Uncanny Jim Lee issue, his debut on the series, or any other X-Men comics for that matter, in the comments section below. Go dig out your old back issues, trade paperbacks, essentials, omnibuses, DVD ROMs, bootlegs. Hop on an app and read along with us next week on Previously in X-Men. Thank you, Bubs. Stay Xy.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night. Blue Jays are in the World Series.
Go Jays, go.
Go Jays. Okay, Blue Jays.